My name is Mrs. Oluoma Phyllis Oji. I have a degree in engineering, but I ventured into data science about 2 years ago. I took a training with Data Lab Nigeria here in Abuja, and since then, after the training, they retained me in their facility as a trainer, and I stayed with them for like almost a year, and I left to freelance, and since then I've been on my own freelancing. I was invited to speak on how to create a portfolio as a data scientist. For data scientists out there, upcoming data scientists, we should know that creating a portfolio is very important. If you want to make way, if you want to grow, having your portfolio is very, very important. And somebody out there might be wondering, what is the meaning of portfolio? Portfolio is more like a platform that a data scientist uses to showcase what you can do, your expertise, what you know in data science, what you can, different branches, what you can do as a data scientist. As you know, data science, it comes with different skill sets, tech skill sets. Like, you either know how to code with Python or you can code with R. You should know how to use your SQL. You should know how to do a good dashboard visualization, how to tell stories with your with shapes, how to tell stories with visuals. Also, depending, you should equally know how to do web integration with data sets, how to do web scraping, although those are more advanced levels. But if you want to make wave, you should get with the trend. The reason for creating this portfolio, the reason for venturing into data science, apart from the passion for me, of course, is to make money. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to be comfortable in life. And we know that data science is the future. Whether we like it or not, whether it has not caught up in Nigeria or not, all over the world is catching up. And you don't know where you find yourself tomorrow. Data science is the future. If a recruiter wants to employ you and you don't have a data science, a machine learning, an artificial intelligence degree certificate, what do you have to show? Because the interview process is not just about speaking English. It's about what you can do as a data scientist. So that is what your portfolio speaks for you. Your portfolio, you can host it you can have it in the GitHub. If you're a programmer, if you are out there, you should know what a GitHub is. It's a platform where you can post your work. You can have a blog for it. You can open a website for it. But let there be something that showcases the work you do. I'll be talking more on having your portfolio on the GitHub platform, because that's what mostly everybody uses. If an employer wants to employ you, they want to know if you could actually bring revenue to their business, if you grow their business. If nobody wants to bring in somebody they have to teach from the scratch, somebody that will be a liability, but somebody that already knows something, if you will be an asset or a liability. Some of the things that you can put in your portfolio, some of the work, because your portfolio is basically projects, data science projects, and not just simple project, but you have to challenge yourself to do real life projects. There are different works online. Like when I finished my data science training, what I did in the training was basic, and if you don't push yourself, you will remain at the basic level. You have to keep going out there. There are people that have posted their works on GitHub, different blogs, different platforms that will teach you how to grow in your process. There are different data sets. You should, if you're a data scientist, go have an account in Kaggle, go open an account in GitHub. Those are very, very important. There are different blogs that you should be in that will move you to the level, to the intermediary or expertise level in data science. Okay, there are different projects you should have in your portfolio, and those different projects should show that you are capable in different aspects, because data science has different levels. Handling a project has different levels, and the truth is that you might not know everything, you might not be good at everything, but they can employ you because you are good at one particular level. they can employ you because data science is equally being able to, you should be able to work very well in a team. You should be able to contribute in a team very, very well. So some of the projects you should have in your data science portfolio is the ability to extract and clean up the data. There is this thing called web scraping. Web scraping is the ability to get data set from websites, from online. It is a good skill set if you want to work in a company, if you want to work in an organization, not necessarily financial organization. And then there's this saying that a data science project is 70% of data cleaning. If you do not know how to clean up a data set, you are not ready. They could give you a messy data set. What do you do with it? Do you just start working straight with it and then you get a high level of accuracy and then you are all jumping that you've done a good work? No. You should know how to clean up the data set. 70% of the work is in the data exploration and data cleaning. That data exploration process is understanding your data. You understand what is it, what insight are you supposed to get from this data. Assuming you're working with a loan data set, they give you a data. Okay, let me say a bank gave you a data set. They told you to use an algorithm, maybe KNN, to cluster their customers into the different levels they have, like probably the low class, the average class, the high class, to model that data set. If you just go straight into the modeling process without cleaning up the data set, you might make mistake. You might make a mistake. You should know how to clean up the data set. Make a project whereby the work you just did is cleaning up. Bring their various thousands of data sets on Kaggle, millions of data sets on Kaggle. Find a data set that is just basically cleaning it up. Then after you finish doing the cleaning up process, you should know how to, you should have a data storytelling project, and that is the visualization. There are different visualization apps that people use now. They have the Power BI, they have the Tableau, they have the Oracle desktop visualization tool. There are different tools you can use. Learn one, be good at it. Even though you don't have to be perfect at it, but make a project whereby you are just telling a story, interpreting a data set with a story, whereby people can understand that data set just by looking at the dashboard that you created. That should be in your portfolio. Then there's the end-to-end project. The end-to-end project, it has to be with the machine learning algorithm. Data science is all about modeling the project, the training, the testing of the data set. Learn how to. There are two major types of machine learning algorithm, which is the supervised and unsupervised. The supervised is whereby you're using an algorithm. You're trying to create a model. You're introducing that data set to the model through the training process. The data set takes time to learn the algorithm takes time to learn the data set, to learn the table, the data that you introduce to it before making. Probably you're supposed to make a prediction whether somebody is going to be qualified to take a loan or not. Usually there is a supervised algorithm that you should use, a supervised model. The process whereby you introduce your data sets to the model. The training data set understands the person's financial record. It understands if the person has ever defaulted in a loan before, understand how much the person earned, understand the person's age, everything that is important to know if the person should be qualified to get that loan. And after the learning process, you will now test your data set, make some predictions. The process, the model has learned the data and then made some prediction. Then the unsupervised, you just introduce the data set to it and it begins to make do the work that it's supposed to do. Like KNN that I talked about earlier, that is usually used in marketing, for clustering, and groups, for making groups. That is usually used in the unsupervised. So you need to know different types of algorithms. There's the linear regression, there's the logistic. You mustn't know everything. The truth is that there are so many algorithms out there. You don't need to know them all. You need to know the main ones. The logistic, the linear, the KNN, the naive Bayes. They are the main ones that you need to get into the field. When you now get into the field, when you now pass that intermediary level, you can then go into the level of the expertise, which is knowing which is knowing as many algorithms as possible, because it will help you out. Then, of course, the web integration project. The web integration project is one that I started recently, whereby you create a website using a data set. You create a website using a data set, and website you make is basically for, let me assume that one of the projects that I worked on recently using the web integration project is for a human resource department. The human resource department compiled a data set of all their employees, consisting of their department, how long they've worked, their level, all the information that is needed. And you created a web page whereby all the person needs to do is to enter the information, and it will now predict the person likely to leave at so time or not, to know when the person is likely to leave. And also another web integration project that I did is the cryptocurrency project, whereby you input the cryptocurrency that you want, and it gives a projection for the next 10 days on the value of that particular cryptocurrency for the next few days. All you just have to do is to from the back end, you do everything that needs to be done with the data sets, and then all the viewer has to do is to, from the front end, just input the values, and it will give the person the result that is required. So if you have all these projects in your portfolio now being using the platform of the GitHub, you present it in your CV, you put your GitHub address in your CV. All the recruiter have to do is to input your GitHub address in it, your GitHub username, and the person will see all your projects. The person will see that this person is actually knowledgeable on this person can actually do this. So they will now give you a test to see if what you have in your portfolio, you can actually defend it. And if you can defend it, you having a portfolio puts you ahead already. Because the truth is that when you see a data science job advert, a lot of people are applying for it. And when a lot of people are applying to it, the recruiter just has probably few minutes to look at everybody's CV. And if the recruiter doesn't see that thing that catches the eye immediately, the person will jump to another person's work. But if you have your GitHub address right there, the person will go to the place, your page, and see the projects that you have worked on, which will put you a step further. And believe me, beyond having the portfolio, beyond the portfolio helping you to get a job, working on all these projects will keep you a step higher than the next person. Just keep practicing, keep working on different projects, keep working on different things, and you will stand out. Thank you very much.